Welcome back to the Driving Project. Today we're taking a look at the Mark 1 MX5 and deciding whether or not it deserves to be the best-selling roadster on the planet.
So last week we had a look at the Mark 4 and we thought it would only be fitting to go right back to the start and see what's changed.
This is awesome.
Anytime you get in a convertible, you know the rules. The drop will be topped. Tom, tell me about your lovely Mark 1.
Well, this is a 1990, technically an Eunos Roadster. It's a Japanese import.
Yeah.
This has got the original 1.6 in it, as opposed to the more popular 1.8.
Yeah.
This 1.6 has only got, I think, about 114 horsepower. The 1.8, I think, was about 138 horsepower, something around there. But I was told by someone, how true this is I don't know, I'm sure someone will tell me in the comments, that this engine is, in terms of, because of the weight difference,
right,
this engine is, well, the car will be just as fast with this engine in as opposed to the 1.8. I don't think I believe that.
I don't think I believe that either. Oh, doesn't she sound lovely? When you see other MX5 drivers, do you give him the little toot?
Yeah, I need to get that mod where you do it and it winks.
Oh, it just does one?
Yeah,
yeah.
Where it brings them up, winks, then puts them back down again. That's awesome.
Why do you think people buy these cars?
I think the MX5, I think the Mark 1, Mark 2 MX5 is so many people's first project car.
I think you've hit the nail on. It was my first project car.
Like,
there are cars out there of a similar era that do things better, but this is just, for me, a general all-rounder. It's fun, it's easy to work on.
These cars have gone up quite a lot in value.
Massively.
In the last few years.
Massively.
Do you think it's still worth buying one? And a Mark 1? With a Mark 2, even Mark 3s now becoming in that same sort of price bracket?
Oh, such a good question. I think if you want to, almost like what you've done, if you want to buy a Mark 1 to just appreciate it for what it is and use it as a summary driving car to have a bit of fun in, with a bit of nostalgia,
yeah,
then yes, it's worth the money for me. If you want to buy a Mark 1 to start modifying it, I just can't see that this is going to be the right car to do that in anymore, because the price of them is extortionate, and you can buy the Mark II for pennies now, absolute pennies. And
they're essentially the same thing under the skin, they just look a little bit different. Look at it, it's just so good.
It is good.
Looking out of the windscreen at those two headlights, there is something about pop-up headlights that just make the driving experience better. It bears no relevance. It's daytime. They don't need to be up. But it looks good.
Is it slow? Be honest.
Well, yeah, it's not fast. Don't be that horrible. I think it'll do 0 to 60 in about 10 seconds.
10 days.
So it's not the fastest car, but I didn't buy it to be fast. I bought it to be fun. A modern car doesn't have the same sort of engagement as this does.
I feel like modern cars, you're just driving computers.
Yeah, I'm not.
This has got no ABS.
It's got no ABS. It's got no anti-lock brakes. It's got no airbags.
Is it not got an airbag?
It's not got airbags. So from a safety point of view, I would say
you're risking it all.
Probably not the best. But you don't need ABS. You don't need airbags. if you don't crash.
That's true. Nowadays, the art of actually driving a car is certainly being lost.
It's too easy now.
It's way too easy. I mean, 10 years time, all cars are going to be automatic because they're all going to be EVs or hybrids or whatever. So changing gears isn't going to be a thing anymore. Most cars are going to be front wheel drive. Most cars nowadays are front wheel drive anyway. Radar sensors, we've got anti-crash sensors, we've got
anti-fun sensors.
You've got speedometers that ping up the speed limit every 2 seconds.
Yes.
You're just a passenger in a vessel that's driving for you.
Well, actually, we were talking about this the other day, and you'll be able to explain it to the humans watching better because I'm incompetent in every way, shape and form.
Okay, talk to me.
But this is, I think I'm saying it rightly, a non-interference engine.
Yeah.
Please explain what that means.
Well, I will explain it, but why don't you have a go at explaining it first?
Okay.
For the viewers at home.
So, an engine goes like this when you're driving along.
Yeah. Or technically a 4-cylinder engine will do it as well. So,
but there'll be another one. You need help.
It'll go like this.
Like that, right?
Yeah.
Basically, the pistons move and go up to the top of the engine.
Yeah.
And then, what really is bad with interference engines is that they were like, if your cam belt goes, then it'll touch, and then it'll
touch what?
Oh, the top of the engine.
Yeah, but what is at the top of the engine?
The head.
Yeah, that is correct, but what specifically will the piston touch?
The rod end.
No. What's in the head that opens and closes?
Valves.
Yes.
You don't want it to hit the valves on the top of the engine.
Yeah.
Because then it will break. But this is a non-interference engine, so when my cam belt breaks, it will go, it's fine.
Yeah. I feel like you have listened to me and understood the theory of what happens, but that's fine. It's all a learning curve. We're here to help each other. Yeah, well, Tom's just mangled that for about a minute, but essentially if the cam belt snaps, the pistons don't hit the valves. So you can just retime it, put a new belt on there, tension it, and you're good to go.
That's basically what I said there, right?
Yeah. E5 only.
It is E5 only. That is something which is probably worth a bit of a mention.
So you're super unleaded only in this?
Super unleaded, yeah.
Not that you would ever treat it to anything else. Yeah, I mean, it's not even that much more expensive anyway, but I suppose it becomes a little bit more apparent if the fuel station doesn't have super unleaded.
Yeah, if you're maybe taking it on a little road trip, doing like NC 500, something like that, and you go to a small little petrol station, yeah, they might not have the correct fuel.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to drive now. Thank you.
Do you want to drive?
I want to drive.
All right.
A bit of fun first.
Do you know what I mean? It doesn't like sliding.
Viscous. It's slightly surreal experience, like actually driving one of these cars. It feels like you're in a video game because it is very go-karting.
Yeah.
This and like the old Mini Cooper S's, which are also very go-karty. They're just so fun. Does your Mark IV have the indicator on that side? I can't remember.
That's because it's Japanese import.
That for me is one of the best things about this car, because you can turn and indicate at the same time.
Yeah.
Great turning circle, but humongous steering wheel.
Yeah, the steering wheel came with the car, funnily enough, to steer with.
Oh, you didn't have to buy your own?
No. But yeah, that is something that I'll probably look at changing because it's quite a big wheel.
Oh, this is so fun. What could be better? To conclude, I don't really think people buy these cars, or certainly not the Mark 1, for their performance. I think they buy it because it is just incredibly good fun for not a lot of money.
You can't not smile in these cars, because if you look at the front of it, it itself is smiling all the time.
All the time.
It's just always happy.
Yeah.
Just like,
yeah, it's like a little puppy that
like, let's go.
That just wants to drive and wants to be revved. And how can you not love that? I feel like everyone has to have at least one MX5 in their life at some point.
I would agree with that.
Just to understand and feel what all the hype is about. Because, I mean, these cars have been they've been in existence. The MX5 line and brand has been in existence since 80s.
1989.
89. And they're still going. Are they the best roadster in the world? I think that's a different question.
Yes.
Are they the best selling? They are internationally recognised and loved for their looks, their drivability, their performance, the reliability, and just the smile that they put on everyone's faces.
I don't think when they made these cars they realised the following that they would actually gain from them. I mean, it's pretty evident now. We're on the 4th iteration. They've been out for, what, nearly 40 years now, best part of 40 years. And I can understand why. Guys, thank you so much for watching this week's episode. In a couple of weeks' time, me and Alex are going to be taking out his Golf GTI, which is finally got sorted.
Finally.
But we're going to go and have a bit of fun with that, so hopefully we'll see you there. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, leave a like, and we'll see you soon.